All right, guys, promise you another special guest, group of guests, I should say, today. I was introduced to him, and my dog was introduced to him, too, a couple weeks ago. The Wilder Blue is the name of the group. We got a new single that just dropped. Excited to talk about that. And I'm going to let each of them do their own intro because I will do terrible trying to catch up with their names. And I'll just let you guys introduce yourself first off.
Sure. I'll go first. My name is Zane Williams, and some of your listeners may know me. I have 7 albums out as a solo act. And Paul, let me hand it off to you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm Paul Eason. I did 3 of my own albums before playing with Kevin Fowler for 8 years, and then joining this band a couple of years ago. So I play guitar, mandolin, and sing in this band.
I'm Sean Rodriguez. I have, played a cornucopia of different styles of music before landing myself into the country scene here in Texas. And I play bass and sing in this band.
Now, Zane, who was it? Was it you and Josh that started this? How was the first forming of this even a possibility, if you will?
Well, it's kind of the band I've always dreamed about having, but the pieces never came together on their own organically. And I read Bruce Springsteen's autobiography, Born to Run, and I was inspired by how tenaciously he searched for whatever he had to do to get great music, even, leaving his current situation or moving to a different city or whatever he had to do. And I thought, I know a lot of the great musicians in this Texas music scene, and I thought maybe I had enough of a reputation that some of them might be interested if I just went out on a limb and asked. So the first person I texted was Paul, because I'd heard his song Mountains of Nuevo Leon, which I thought was awesome. And he's got 3 albums out, and I was looking for somebody that could share the songwriting duties and maybe sing lead some and also, play an instrument really great. And Paul fit all of those bills. It wasn't a requirement to have a strong, stubbly jaw, but he has that too. So, anyway, Paul, what did you think when I first texted you?
So I've known of Zane at least for a long time, and then I guess we kind of knew each other beforehand a little bit. But I was playing with Kevin Fowler, and I think you called me or something and just said, I think we should start a band together. And I was like a little bit blown away because I had so much respect for Zane as a songwriter already, and I was like, yeah, I have to do that. I have to be part of that, especially because I missed creating music on my own or in a band. When I was playing guitar for somebody else. So I was excited for sure.
Yeah. And then we found videos of this crazy singing drummer on the internet. Some dude named Lyndon Hughes that was playing with Roger Krager. We saw some video of him singing, and we were like, dude, if we want a singing drummer, this guy's the man. So we went and we gave Lyndon a call, and Lyndon was working at a studio down in Houston at the time. So Lyndon, what did you think?
Yes. Okay. Well, as soon as Zane called me, I did know who Zane was. In fact, weeks before, maybe a month before, was like, I saw videos of this dude on Facebook, and he's writing songs and he's beatboxing, and I was just like, dude, he's got rhythm, he's got lyrics. And then he sends me a song, Dixie Darling, out of the blue, and I was like, is that you playing guitar and you wrote this song? It was from that moment on, I did just convince the band that this was my job to lose at that point. And I did my best to win the guys over. So I was all in from the get-go. It's just a matter of them realizing it. Yeah.
and then Andy Rogers is not here, but he was playing bass in my Zane Williams band. And the 4 of us, Lyndon and Paul and Andy and I got together. We made some demos. Andy played bass on the demos, but then he also plays banjo and dobro. So he played those two instruments on some of the demos as well. And we were like, wow, that's a really great sound. And we loved his banjo and dobro playing so much that we were like, man, I think it'd be easier to get a bass player. So we convinced him to take over the sort of auxiliary instrument role. And then we were looking for a bass player, and we went through two of them that didn't work out. So we were really desperate when we found Sean Rodriguez, when we heard about him. And basically, we knew of Sean because he had been playing with Bree Bagwell, and we knew that he sang and that he played bass and that he was a cool dude. And we found out that he had quit the Bree Bagwell thing. And so I called him like almost the next day, not quite the next day, but almost the next day. Because we had our first gig was 2 months from then, and we didn't have a bass player. So what did you think, Sean?
I mean, I was surprised to say the least. I mean, I definitely used my time in Bree's band to stake a reputation as a dude who could sing higher than she could if I had to.
Yeah.
And I guess it panned out, because then I got this call and they're just like, well, we need someone who could maybe sing that high and play bass, and you clearly don't have a job anymore. And I can't believe it. Still grateful that I got called at all.
Now, Zane, how long did it take to get the vocals pulled together? I mean, we've talked about this before, doing a little singing myself, working vocals, whenever you get that right group, it can go seamlessly. Was it quick getting the voices all melded together?
So yes and no. I will say the first time Sean came to the studio to hang out with us, play on a couple of tracks, that was the first time that all five of us sang together. And we got together in the lobby of the studio, and just for fun, we decided, we're like, all right, let's just sing Seven Bridge Road. I mean, come on, why not? Let's just do it. Everybody, we didn't even rehearse it, or just everybody pick a part and let's just do Seven Bridges Road. And I think I got goosebumps. I mean, it was definitely like, okay, that sounds pretty flippin' awesome for not even trying or not rehearsing at all. But I will say, our recorded music, we worked up a lot of complicated parts, and I definitely feel that we're gelling now after playing together for a couple of years in a way that we were not gelling at first. It was like the potential was there, but it just takes a while to really get comfortable enough with everybody's inflections and everything to where you really lock it in. And I think we're doing that now for the most part, but that did, like I said, the raw potential was always there, but it has taken a while to dial it in.
And Sean, to be a part of a vocal group that's a Texas country as well, that you guys actually put some music theory into practice. I mean, how cool is that?
It's incredible. It is. I mean, that was the thing when Zane called me. He said, I'm putting together this band and we're going to be kind of like the Texas Country Eagles. And as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, really? It's a bold statement. But boy, howdy, it's just, I mean, you don't get opportunities like this really almost ever. And to Zane's point, to have a place in time where it's like, ooh, maybe I could have my dream band where everybody sings and it's epic. I mean, you can't even explain it really.
Now, Paul, for you, they both talked about the Goosebumps. What was your goosebump moment, if you will?
Boy, I'd probably also have to kind of choose the time that we all first sang together. But I don't know, more special overall to me is like just having five guys who are all top quality players and singers, all, like putting their all into a project, just to do something that's special that, you can't really do otherwise. That's, I don't know. I love that every time we get on stage. It's just real fun to be in a great band. So,
well, Lyndon, I'd be remiss if I didn't give you a shot too.
Oh, dude. Okay, so for me, my moment was the first time, in fact, that me and the first time that Zane came down to Houston and came to the studio I was working at, and then Paul came there as well, and then we sang that first song, Dixie Darlin', and it was quite clear at that point for me. Now, it was only 3 vocals right there, and we've since then tried to figure out like how can we create that wall of sound vocally, like but it was that first moment that I really knew that something it felt special, and I think it's turned out to be special. Now, since then, in the studio, we've really worked out, who's singing lead, who's singing the high harmonies. Do we double up on the high harmonies? Do we change parts? Do we swap back and forth? The fact that we have so many guys that can do that, it feels like we have so many tools in the toolbox that we've only scratched the surface.
And the single Wave Dancer, Zane, where'd the inspiration for this single come for you?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but we live in polarized times, and there's a lot of flack being traded by both sides on various issues. And I just remember kind of feeling like when I follow my own sort of moral compass and I'm searching for truth and love, those two balancing each other out, I like to think of myself as a compassionate realist, and as such, I don't always identify with one side or the other. I'm just on the side of truth and love, wherever that would lead. And so I think a lot of people actually feel that way, and I don't know, but I definitely feel that way. And so, I was just sitting right here in this shed is in my backyard, and I just kind of came up with the chorus of on the angry waves, I'm a dancer. Just kind of the idea of a sailor having their North Star, that even when they get blown and buffeted left and right, they keep on course that way. And that was kind of the inspiration.
Now tell us the album, the upcoming tour dates and all that stuff. Let me see. Who do I want to? Sean, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Where are folks? Where's a good place for folks to find that info? Do you know that info?
I do know that info by chance. It just so happens. The large majority of the info you can find on our website, www.thewilderblue.com. It's very important that you put the in there. But if you go to our website, you can find a little tab that says shows, and it's got all our upcoming tour dates. You can pre-order the album, which comes out March 25th. Once it gets to be about mid-March, we're really going to be taking it all over. We're going to Montana. We're doing a lot of shows in Texas. We're playing at Gillies and Choctaw, at the casino. We're about to be very busy. We're going to try and bring it to as many years as humanly possible.
And that's good stuff. Well, let me see. Zane, Sean, Paul, and Lyndon. Did I get them all? I know there's an Andy as well, right?
There is an Andy.
How about that? I was afraid I would not be able to keep up with the name, so I'm a little bit proud of myself today on that.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Well, it's been great to visit with you guys. Thank you for your time. Love the sound, and look forward to seeing you guys live real soon.
Thanks, Cameron.
Thanks, brother.
We'll pull up another old RV in your front yard sometime, and we'll do another interview sometime.
That'd be awesome.
Then we'll sing you one when we do that.